Animation is not a genre, it's a medium. But it's also more than just a medium, but a navigation into some creative ideas and projects that push the envelope into what animation can be. Some live action shows cannot, but not everything can capture the magic that some can. We've all been there, scrolling through streaming services, hunting for that next animated masterpiece. But let's be honest, for every Arcane or BoJack Horseman, there are a dozen shows that make you ask, who greenlit this?
Who are you?
For every Last Airbender and Looney Tunes, there is a heaping pile of Mr. Pickles and Brickleberry. Animation isn't a monolith. It's a vast, chaotic landscape ranging from the truly transcendent to the utterly unwatchable. And for too long, we've used vague terms like good or bad. We need a better system. We need a hierarchy. Welcome to the 7 levels of animation, or in a more specific sense, cartoons made for TV and streaming. Now, I'm not just ranking shows based on personal preference. I'm defining the tiers of anime quality from the fundamentally flawed to the foundational works that changed television forever. We'll start in the dumpster fire that is Level 1, a place reserved for artistic failures and executive cash grabs, and we'll fight our way through the forgettable Level 3 and the reliable comfort of Level 4, and finally we will ascend to Level 7, the all-time great, the cultural phenomenons that define generations. So let's take a deep dive into this animated level pyramid, starting with the bottom of the barrel, Level 1, Trash. Cartoons famous for being some of the worst things to ever air on television. This is where artistic vision goes to die, or more accurately, where low budgets and baffling creative choices mold into pure, unadulterated failure. We're not talking about bad but fun, or so bad it's good. We're talking about projects that actively assault your senses, insult your intelligence, or simply fail at the most basic level of entertaining a human being. These are the cash grabs, the failed celebrity vanity projects, and the shows that exist solely because the studio had an IP sitting around and had an intern willing to draw. The animation is often shoddy, the writing is non-existent, and the core concept is usually a poorly executive ripoff or a genuinely offensive premise. They are the benchmark for how not to make an animated series. Take The Problem Solvers, for example. A show that looks like a rejected GeoCities banner via 1999 crossed with a splitting headache. It's intensely bright, oversaturated, and a chaotic art style which is physically uncomfortable to watch. The main characters are annoying, especially Alfie with his gross-out humor.
Don't call Robo a monkey. I'm the monkey. I smash for food. I swing from trees. Got a monkey girlfriend.
The plots are nonsensical, with uninspired storylines leading to frustrating viewer experience. Or how about Fanboy and Chum Chum, whose shrill voices and manic energy are designed to grate on the nerves of anyone over the age of 5. A low-effort childish humor 3D show that has become notorious for being the show Nickelodeon chose over Adventure Time, making it one of Nick's worst decisions ever.
Now here are your raisins and your apple slices, and I packed you an extra cake in case you get cold.
And then there's Alan Gregory. Oh, Alan Gregory. Designed as a highly intelligent, 7-year-old overachiever, many people found him to be an obnoxious, arrogant, and rude rather than a clever or satirical character.
It's okay, buddy. You're off your game. I need you to focus on getting well. And in the meantime, I'll hold it down at school, whatever. You stay here until I get back tomorrow.
Don't come back
I'll
here.
come back here.
The plot heavily featured Alan's inexplicable, romantic obsession with a 60-year-old female principal, which was more disturbing rather than funny. These are the shows with absolutely no redeemable qualities whatsoever. The trash here just jumps out and really ruins every minute you spend watching. No one is actually seriously sitting down and enjoying Level 1 animation. You either watch it as a joke, or you tolerate it when someone else has control of the remote. This is the bottom, the absolute undeniable zero. Level 2. Bad. This is where the projects have clear effort, a coherent if uninspired concept, and an absence of the truly offensive visual assault that defines Level 1. These cartoons aren't trash, but they're still kinda bad. The painfully mediocre, tropes that are so outdated, and premises that simply fail to execute with any spark of creativity. Level 1 cartoons feel like they were made by people who either didn't care or actively struggled with the basics. Level 2 projects, however, are usually competent from a technical standpoint. The lines are clean, the voices are intelligible, and the plots follow a standard structure, but the end result is generic, dull, or irritating. Take Johnny Test for example. The show is technically functional, but it relies almost entirely on the same tired formula. Johnny asks his scientist sisters for a gimmick, uses it, and chaos ensues. The frequent whip-cracking sound effect quickly goes from being a comedic tag to an auditory irritant symbolizing a lack of creative depth.
Johnny needs me rich! Big, wasty, buy things you don't need rich!
Similarly, Sanjay and Craig had a clear premise, a boy and his talking snake best friend, but its humor often devolved into excessive gross-out gags and shrill energy, failing to find the heart or wit that elevates truly good children's comedy.
Whoa, boy, your BO is kicking!
Oh, yeah? Well, yours is too.
To me now!
While not a sensory violation like the Problem Solvers, it just makes for a low quality viewing experience. And who couldn't forget Da Boom Crew?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Yeah, you probably did forget about this show, huh?
The name is Nate. Big Daddy Nate.
Airing only 4 episodes, Da Boom Crew overuses outdated slang, and the main characters are kind of dumb, not really knowing how their universe works. Level 2 animation includes the one-trick ponies of the medium. Shows that stick to one sound, one type of joke, or one formula, and demonstrates how aggravating this limited creativity can be. They might occasionally stumble onto a listenable episode or two, but they are doomed to be critically dismissed and, eventually, forgotten. Level 3. Mid. It's kind of odd how we got to this term being bad, when mid is just a shorter version for middle of the road, or average. You know, meh. This is the purgatory of animation. The vast, sprawling territory of shows that are neither spectacular nor truly terrible. They are quite simply fine. Level 3 cartoons are competent, often well produced and fully functional, but they lack the unique spark, deep thematic resonance, or consistent brilliance required to ascend higher. These shows are defined by their mediocrity, not their failure. They are the definition of polarizing. Good enough to attract a dedicated, if small fanbase who appreciates their specific niche or formula, but too flawed or inconsistent for a broader audience, leading to a significant critical dismissal or outright hatred from others. The mid category is filled with series that rely on a single gimmick or structural convention, making them easy to watch in short bursts but exhausting over an entire run. They often have solid premises that are either under-executed or stretched too thin. For example, shows like Teen Titans Go fall here.
What a superstar you are.
Yes, I know, this is a very controversial take here, as many would consider this being placed at level 2 or level 1, but Teen Titans Go doesn't even come close as the most hated cartoon of all time. Now, there has been a destruction of the original characters, going from a serious but flawed ragtag group of teen heroes into tinier, chibi flanderizations of themselves. But this is mainly for a much younger demographic, and by those metrics, it serves as a fully functional and sometimes clever comedy. I mean, their fourth wall breaking of the show's polarizing popularity does get a few laughs.
People are watching us without our permission? Ew, what a bunch of creeps.
Creeps!
The creeps!
You fools be creepy!
Similarly, adult comedies like The Cleveland Show often occupy the space of mediocrity. Spin-offs rarely capture the magic of the original, and The Cleveland Show was a perfectly adequate but ultimately redundant entry into the Seth MacFarlane animated universe, failing to justify its existence beyond being a known quantity for the Fox network.
Unlike you, I don't see gender, age, or race. I would expect a middle-aged black woman to understand that.
It had its moments and its defenders, but for many, it simply felt like a lesser version of Family Guy. There's also cartoons that might have been higher on the pyramid, but their overarching plot towards the end of their story might crumble and fall apart. I think Star vs. the Forces of Evil takes the cake for that. You can notice a drop in quality in season 3 of the show, and the ending of the show is actually kind of horrible. And if people remember you more for your series finale and nothing else, that's a little telling where you're gonna end up on this list.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh! Such pageantry! I love it! I love it!
Level 3 cartoons are where comfort viewing resides. They don't demand much from the viewer, often making them perfect background noise or reliable choice when you want something predictable. They avoid the technical sloppiness of level 1 and the grading flaws of level 2, but they also fail to chase the ambition of levels 5 through 7. They're the shows that are just good enough to finish, but not memorable enough to revisit, existing in that tricky middle ground where indifference is a greater enemy than genuine critique. Level 4. Okay. This is the hinge point of the entire pyramid, the line between the forgettable and the legitimately good. Level 4 represents the minimum requirement for a quality, watchable animated series. These shows are fully realized, professionally executed, and consistently entertaining. They succeed not through groundbreaking innovation or deep emotional complexity, but through reliable, formulaic excellence. An okay cartoon is one you can confidently recommend without reservation. It delivers on its core premise. If it's a comedy, it's reliably funny. If it's an action show, the fights are well choreographed and the stakes feel real. The writing is sharp, the animation is fluid and attractive, and the characters are endearing, if not particularly nuanced. Crucially, Level 4 shows are often the dependable entries in a franchise or genre. They are the shows that run for many series, cultivating a solid, appreciative fanbase because they never truly drop the ball, even if they rarely ascend to genuine greatness. They are the standard bearers of their niche. A perfect example is Star Wars The Clone Wars. It's a beautifully animated, well-written extension of an established universe. The show provides exciting action, develops compelling side characters, and successfully fills in gaps in the Star Wars lore. However, it rarely, until its final excellent season, challenged the medium or redefined storytelling in the way a level 6 or 7 show would. It's an essential entry for franchise fans and a solid watch for casual viewers.
Misa okay, Threeso? Misa okay?
I don't know why people hated Jar Jar. Best character in Star Wars, goddammit.
Similarly, Futurama falls into this category. Its best episodes are undeniably level 6 material, but its long, interrupted run, especially the later seasons, and direct-to-DVD movies, resulted in periods of polarizing quality and reliance on established gags.
It's crazy. How could they even know about a show from 1,000 years ago? Well, Omicron Persei 8 is about 1,000 light years away, so the electromagnetic waves would just recently have gotten there. You see, magic. Got it.
It's brilliant in stretches, but inconsistent enough over its entire lifetime to reside comfortably at level 4, serving as a reliable, witty, and often heartwarming piece of adult sci-fi comedy. Speaking of heartwarming, the premature Wander Over Yonder is often overshadowed by other Disney shows airing at the time. The show was cancelled despite having an acclaimed second season, with Wonder being a perfectly vibrant protagonist for this colorful world.
Ah! Half full!
Empty! And now...
Level 4 cartoons also include shows like American Dad, which, unlike its spin-off sibling The Cleveland Show, has found a consistent, absurdist tone that has allowed it to maintain watchability for decades. It's a reliable, and sometimes repetitive, source of satirical humor.
I think it just grazed me.
Damn you, coconut!
These shows are more than just comfort viewing, they're a reliable quality. They are the foundation upon which the truly great shows stand. Level 5. Good. This is where competence meets consistent brilliance. Level 5 shows don't just meet expectations, but they routinely exceed them. They take the reliable formula of Level 4 and inject it with genuine ambition, thematic depth, and often a revolutionary approach to a character or world building. These are the shows that are not only professionally made, but also emotionally resonant, critically acclaimed, and widely influential. They aren't just dependable, but generally captivating. A good cartoon is one that creates a cultural buzz. It's the show your friends insist you to watch, the one that inspires endless fan theories and analysts. What separates Level 5 from Level 4 is consistency and emotional investment. Where a Level 4 show might be functionally excellent, a Level 5 show aims for, and often achieves, artistic excellence. The animation might not just be fluid, but it also might be intentionally expressive and artistically innovative. The writing isn't just sharp, but explores complex themes, develops characters with clear, emotional, challenging arcs, and expertly balances humor and drama. These shows often end not because they were cancelled, but because their story achieved a definitive, satisfying conclusion. Take Over the Garden Wall as the definitive Level 5 benchmark. It's a masterclass in serialized storytelling for all ages. It's got a cozy, haunting autumn atmosphere, stunning rustic 2D animation, and nostalgic fable-like writing. And with its 10 episodes in its entirety, it perfectly hits that satisfying ending and conclusion to a beloved miniseries.
I can put his spirit in the lantern. As long as the flame stays lit, he will live on inside.
While it is universally praised, it falls short of Level 7 simply because the scope, while ambitious, remains contained with a defined narrative framework. It fundamentally perfects a recognizable template. Batman the Animated Series also exemplifies Level 5 quality. It animated a beloved comic book character and elevated the source material, creating a definitive, gothic, noir-infused version of Gotham. Not to mention its mature themes, brilliant voice acting, especially Kevin Conroy as Batman and Mark Hamill as the Joker, and consistently high-quality cinematic storytelling set a standard that future adaptations still struggle to meet.
Justice is served hot, Batman! You're going to melt just like a grilled cheese sandwich.
The show demonstrated that animation could deliver adult, complex drama without relying on shock humor or adult language. It's foundational, excellent, and stands as a timeless example of a good series. Level 5 is the tier of animated legends. Shows that are so successful, cohesive, and compelling that they form the basis for what people consider the best of the medium, paving the way for the true masterpieces found in the upper echelons. Level 6, the Great Tier. This tier is home to the animated shows that achieve a state of sustained, near-perfect brilliance and exert significant, lasting cultural influence. Level 6 cartoons are the critical darlings, the fan favorites that not only maintain a high level of quality, but also pushes the boundaries of their respective genres. They take the artistic excellence of Level 5 and amplify it with either deeper thematic ambition, revolutionary longevity, or a uniquely compelling voice that spawns countless imitators. What defines a great cartoon is its ability to be foundational within its genre. They are the shows that people point to as the example of what adult comedy, serialized fantasy, or action animation should be. They manage to balance mass appeal with complex, challenging narratives or humor. These shows are often defined by boundary-pushing innovation. They introduce new storytelling techniques, mature subject matter, or a visual style that had not been widely seen in mainstream animation before. They also push near-perfect consistency. While some Level 6 shows may have inevitable dips in quality over decades, their initial defining seasons are untouchable, setting a gold standard. This includes having an endearing cultural impact. They create catchphrases, define a generation's sense of humor, or influence entire media landscapes. Consider Adventure Time. It began as a quirky, episodic children's show, but evolved into a complex, emotionally resonant saga, exploring themes of existentialism, loss, and post-apocalyptic lore. Its influence on subsequent serialized anime shows, especially on Cartoon Network, is undeniable.
Yo, Earl! What? Hey, you're fired! You butt!
Similarly, the early seasons of SpongeBob SquarePants became a cultural phenomenon due to their absurd, witty humor and universal appeal, establishing an iconic status that transcends simple good quality.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
In the realm of adult animation, King of the Hill stands out. While less bombastic than other entries, its quiet, grounded slice-of-life perspective, combined with its brilliant, empathetic satire of Texas suburbia, gives it a unique and enduring quality.
I wouldn't be surprised to find out charcoal is better to heat your house with, too.
It is a masterclass in character work and subtle comedy, making it a reliable source of quality over its long run. Arcane, a more recent entry, has been lauded as a masterpiece of animated drama. Utilizing a cinematic style, sophisticated character writing, and stunning production quality that rivals prestige live-action television.
Here I am, your big fat hero.
And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about The Simpsons. While its later seasons are often cited as a drop-off, The Simpsons' golden era stands as the single most influential piece of American animated comedy ever created. During this period, the show achieved the perfect alchemy of whip-smart satire, heartfelt character moments, and relentless comedic density. It redefined the sitcom structure, perfected meta-humor, and influenced virtually every adult comedy that followed. It is, quite simply, the standard against which all satirical animation is measured.
Scary newspaper. Don't hurt me, Horoscope. I'm afraid. Ow! Oh! Paper cut! Paper cut!
Level 6 is where the classics solidify their status as immortal benchmarks of the medium. And finally, Level 7, the GOAT, or greatest of all time. This is the pinnacle of the animated pyramid, a rarefied air reserved for the masterpieces that transcend the medium, becoming cultural institutions and foundational texts of television itself. Level 7 cartoons are not just great, they are legendary. They possess a sustained, near-mythical quality that fundamentally altered the landscape of animation and popular culture, influencing not just subsequent cartoons but entire genres of media. These shows are universally acknowledged for their artistic perfection, thematic depth, and unparalleled impact. What defines a GOAT cartoon? Well, a Level 7 show defines a new era of animation. It provides a concept, like serialized adult drama, existential comedy, or multi-layered children's storytelling that studios previously thought impossible, thereby opening the creative floodgates for generations of creators that follow. Unlike Level 6 shows that might have a few perfect seasons, Level 7 shows boast a run of quality that is virtually unblemished. Their best is definitive. This includes groundbreaking visual styles, razor-sharp writing, and voice acting that becomes inextricably linked to the characters. The greatest of all time cartoons tackle complex, universal themes: mortality, societal dysfunction, mental health, the human condition, with sophistication and nuance, making them as relevant and challenging for adult viewers as they are entertaining for general audiences. These are shows that are revisited decades later, with their humor, emotional beats, and storytelling remaining completely fresh and impactful. They do not rely on passing trends or outdated references, allowing them to endure as cultural touchstones. Level 7 is home to a few works that represents the absolute zenith of the animated form. BoJack Horseman masterfully used the absurdity of its anthropomorphic world to explore the most painfully human themes. It revolutionized serialized adult animation by daring to explore complex mental health issues, addiction, and the corrosive nature of fame with devastating honesty.
You can't keep doing this! You can't keep doing shitty things and then feel bad about yourself like that makes it okay! You need to be better!
I know, and I'm sorry, okay?
Its ability to seamlessly transition from rapid-fire sight gags to profoundly sad, emotional, complex narrative arcs secures its place as one of the most important animated dramas of the modern era. The climax of the DC animated universe, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited demonstrated the power of deep, interconnected world building in a way few animated shows had attempted. Justice League, and especially Unlimited, provide sophisticated, mature superhero stories that respected their source material while creating new, compelling narratives. Its high stakes, brilliant character dynamics, and confident cinematic storytelling were the definitive capstone for foundational animation continuity.
Your kind never learns, and it's really starting to get on my nerves.
Then there's Tom and Jerry. A testament to the pure art of slapstick and movement, the original theatrical shorts are the gold standard for visual comedy. With no dialogue, these shorts relied entirely on brilliant timing, expressive animation, and universally relatable conflict. They established a foundational language for physical cartoon humor that remains unmatched in its technical perfection, and sustained comedic brilliance. And lastly, the iconic Avatar: The Last Airbender. Considered a foundational masterpiece that belongs in Level 7 due to its unprecedented success in blending complex, serialized storytelling with Eastern philosophy and Western animation styles. It proved that a children's cartoon could handle war, genocide, destiny, and moral ambiguity with grace and depth. It's a serialized masterpiece for all ages, with exceptional world building and lore, thematic depth, and visual excellence. Last Airbender influenced a generation of creators and set a new benchmark for narrative ambition in children's programming. Its legacy extends beyond animation, often being cited as one of the greatest television shows, regardless of medium. It transcended simple entertainment to become a genuine modern myth.
Fire Lord Ozai, you and your forefathers have devastated the balance of this world.
Level 7 cartoons are the works we study, celebrate, and continually revisit. They are the undeniable proof that animation is not merely a medium for children or disposable comedy, but a limitless canvas capable of producing some of the greatest, most enduring art in television history.